Imagine the heavy iron door of an ancient prison slamming shut, leaving you in total darkness. Your hands are bound, and the air is thick with the smell of damp stone. What is your first move? Most people would spiral into panic, but today we are building a different response. By the end of this video, you will have a customized 4-step midnight praise action plan to navigate your own hardest moments. To make this work, you need 2 things: a place to write and one specific current hardship you are facing right now. Bring that situation to mind as we begin. A documented plan transforms a moment of panic into a sequence of prepared actions. It ensures you have a strategy ready before the adrenaline of a crisis takes over. Step 1 is to explicitly name your prison. Write down your specific trial in your notes, and then identify exactly what that trial is trying to steal from you, whether it's your peace, your sleep, or your confidence. We see this in the story of Paul and Silas. They were traveling and preaching the gospel with bold conviction, but their work sparked a violent backlash from an angry local crowd. Without trial, they were beaten publicly and dragged into the innermost cell of a Roman prison. The jailer threw them into total darkness and clamped their feet into heavy wooden stocks. Naming your prison and its intended impact is the first step toward dismantling its power. You must know exactly what is trying to lock you up before you can break out. Step 2 is the midnight pivot. This is the intentional choice to intercept the urge to complain by forcing a hard shift toward gratitude. The biblical account places this pivot at the worst possible time. It was midnight, and their backs were still bleeding from the beating. Despite the physical pain, they chose to focus their attention on God. The divergence between these paths represents prioritizing action over feeling. Moving to the upward node requires a deliberate decision that ignores the downward spiral. Waiting for the hardship to end results in the flatline seen here. Breakthrough remains out of reach when tied to circumstance. True pivots occur when the environment is at its darkest. This choice is an act of active defiance against the hardship you named in Step 1. For Step 3, choose a specific anchor scripture or a worship song. Write it down now and commit to vocalizing it out loud today. Paul and Silas filled that cell with sound. They prayed and sang hymns to God, projecting their voices so clearly that the other prisoners listened. You will know this step is working when you notice the physical atmosphere begin to shift. The goal is to move from a state of heavy anxiety to a baseline of peace. Internal thoughts rarely change the atmosphere of a room. Audible, vocalized worship is the mechanism required to push back the tension of your prison. The final step prepares you for the impact. Write down the names of the people who are currently watching you navigate this trial. As praise filled the prison, a violent earthquake shook the foundations. Every door flew open, and the chains holding the prisoners were suddenly broken. When the jailer realized the doors were open, he feared the worst. But Paul stayed in his cell, shouting that everyone was safe. That night, the jailer and his entire family gave their lives to Christ. This sequence proves that praise is a spiritual weapon. Internal chains like fear and anxiety often break through this act of obedience long before the external circumstances change. Navigating your prison with praise turns a personal hardship into the catalyst needed for someone else's salvation story. Review your notes. You now have a documented 4-step strategy. You've identified the prison, planned the pivot, vocalized the praise, and recognized the audience. This plan shifts your identity. You are no longer waiting to see what the trial does to you. You are an equipped individual holding a proven spiritual tool. Deliberate praise possesses the power to shake loose the very things that fear and hardship have tried to keep locked up. Put your customized plan to use tonight. If you believe worship still brings breakthroughs, comment praise below and share this with someone currently in the dark.